I really didn't think this trial could sicken me any more than it had already, and then Mark Agnifilo opened his mouth. If you were expecting the defense to come out with any humility or even a little remorse in Sean Combs' closing argument, that is definitely not what happened. Instead, Agnifilo stood in front of the jury and told them that this case wasn't about trafficking, it's not about kidnapping or organized crime, it was about love, drugs for personal use, and a swinger lifestyle. He straight up mocked the government's case. He said, "You want to know what this is? This is about 5 Valium pills and some Astroglide." And according to him, all the crime scenes the government described, that was just Combs' sex life. And he wasn't paying the escorts for sex, he was just paying them for their time. He didn't know it was illegal to make pornos with girlfriends. But what really stood out was how the defense portrayed every woman who took the stand, not as a victim, but as someone who either loved Sean Combs, wanted something from him, or just regretted the choices that they freely made. Let's start with Mia. Agnifilo said Mia loved working for Diddy. She made him a scrapbook for his 45th birthday. He read it out loud to the court, saying it was full of nostalgia, love, and admiration. He said if Combs really thought that what they did was wrong, he wouldn't have threatened to tell Cassie about it because that means it was consensual. According to him, Mia's testimony was fake, and the version of her in the scrapbook was the real Mia. Then came Cassie, arguably the central figure in the prosecution's case. The defense did not deny that there was domestic violence, but they brushed it off with a quote, "We own that." And then they pivoted hard, portraying Cassie not as a victim, but as the winner. Agnifilo said she got $30 million, and Combs is now in jail. She won 100-0, he told the jury. They described their 11-year relationship as a passionate, modern love story, one filled with consensual sex and mutual jealousy, big emotions. He said if there's an opposite of a racketeering conspiracy, it would be their relationship. In the infamous freak-offs, he said Cassie wanted them. He read her text talking about fantasies, about being so hot and wanting to be so close to Combs. He even said, quote, "Can you sex traffic your girlfriend? Maybe, if you're pushing her into prostitution for money," but he wasn't getting paid. And that line stuck out to me because here's the thing. Under federal law, you don't have to make money to be guilty of sex trafficking. Under 18 U.S. Code Section 1591, it's trafficking if you recruit, entice, harbor, transport, provide, obtain, or maintain by any means a person knowing or in reckless disregard that they'll be caused to engage in a commercial sex act by force, fraud, or coercion. Money doesn't have to change hands. What matters is coercion and commercial sexual conduct, period. But the defense tried to make it sound ridiculous. They said she was fine with the first 74 men, but guy number 75, that's sex trafficking, as if the number somehow invalidates the entire allegation. They say that Cassie was a woman who loved sex and described the videos the jury saw as beautiful with music playing.